no-bake peanut butter bars, I need to melt your butter or margarine. I'm going to melt that first. While that is melting, I'm going to take 1 package of graham crackers. Oops. And I forgot to cover it and just exploded it all over my microwave. Oh, fun. Okay. So, right there. Push all the air out. Yeah, you can do this in a food processor if you want. I just don't like cleaning up extra things if I don't need to. All right, there we go, perfecto. Okay, we're gonna pour this in our bowl, and we're going to add our butter. We are going to give you our Dining on a Dime cookbook ebook, volume number 1, free at livingonadime.com. Click on our shop, click on our ebooks, click on Dining on a Dime Volume 1, add it to your cart. When you go to checkout, use the coupon code DINING1, and you will get our ebook absolutely free with no obligation and no strings attached. Visit us at livingonadime.com. And 1 cup of peanut butter. This is 2 cups of peanut butter and it's about half full, so I'm just going to use the whole thing. That way I don't have to mess with another measuring cup. Then 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to leave this in my powdered sugar bag. All right, so now we're going to mix all this together. I'm going to get a spoon, it's easier. You can use the mixer if you want. There we go. Okay, now Now I've got my pan and my parchment paper. Now this is an 8x8 pan. You can use a 9x9 if you want. It just won't be as thick. And if you want them really thick, you can make it a loaf pan if you want. That would be crazy. There we go, all nice and smooth. All right, now since I'm just so anti wanting to have dishes, I am going to use my dish that I did my margarine in. Okay, this is a little bit of leftover peanut butter from another jar. Oops, that's a little too much. Shoot. Oh man, I hate to waste that much for, well, I'm gonna eat an apple or something with it later. Okay, so I'm gonna melt this. Now I love these mini chocolate chips because they just melt so much faster. And in things like chocolate chip cookies, it distributes them so that you get chocolate in each bite, but you don't have to use so much chocolate, but you still get the chocolate in each bite, so that's why I love them. All right, my microwave is 1200 watts. This took 45 seconds for this. Then I'm going to take and pour it all over. Okay, now we're going to put this in the fridge and let it set up. Okay, we have our finished butter bars here. Yum-a-ramo. Okay, so now I'm going to cut them. Oh my, that looks delicious. Oh, yum. Okay, I will get my taste tester over here and we shall give them a try. Okay, it is peanut butter bars and Jack is going to test because Mike has an aversion to peanut butter.
Yeah.
So Jack is my taste tester.
All right.
Here we go.
I think it has peanut butter in it.
Does it smell peanut buttery?
Mm-hmm.
Does it taste peanut buttery?
Oh yeah, this is really good. Actually, this tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, yeah. Yay. Yum. 10 out of 10?
Yep.
The recipe is in the description below. You want to take a stick of butter or margarine, softened, and then regular brown sugar. To do brown sugar, just put your measuring cup in and make sure that it's packed. Brown sugar is always measured as packed. And then we have our homemade vanilla and our sweetened condensed milk. Ooh, I love this stuff. Now, I mix all these first, just to kind of get them incorporated so there's no lumps when I put the flour in. If you have any clumps, just push it against the side of your bowl and it will flatten. Then we're gonna add our flour and part of our chocolate chips. Now, I like the mini chocolate chips because they go further, and instead of using 12 ounces, I only use 6 ounces for the entire recipe. For more money-saving recipes and tips, check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook. It's 25% off right now. The link is in the description below. Then you're going to take an 8x8 pan, line it with parchment paper, and just to make sure it doesn't stick, I spray mine with a little bit of cooking spray. Then we're gonna put our cookie dough in the pan. The sweetened condensed milk is what holds all of this together. So make sure it's sweetened condensed milk and not evaporated milk. Okay, now you can just leave it like this if you want, or if you want, you can make a peanut butter topping with peanut butter and chocolate chips. Just take your peanut butter and the second portion of your chocolate chips and melt it together in the microwave. And then we're going to pour it on top of the dough. Then just stir your chocolate chips and your peanut butter. Oh my goodness, that looks good. Then you're just gonna drizzle it all over top. Now this isn't in the recipe, but because one can never have too much chocolate, I'm gonna sprinkle a few chocolate chips on top. Then we're gonna chill this for several hours, at least 3 to 4, or overnight. Look at that yummy goodness, no bake. Cookie dough, yum. Now, this is really rich. Yeah, probably could stay just a little bit longer, but look at that. Oh, yum. First thing you're gonna do is take your peanut butter cups, which yes, my child did sneak some, and put them in the freezer for 30 minutes to get hard. All right, I took them out of the freezer and unwrapped them all, and now I'm cutting them into quarters. Okay, now normally I don't do recipes that have this much work, but I just had to try this recipe and see if it was worth my time. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, what a pain in the patootie. This is why I don't usually do recipes like this, guys, but it's Reese's, come on. There's gotta be something to it. Nope, I didn't do anything. Let's just be done with this. There, that's better.
It's going on super easy recipe.
It's Reese's. It's Reese's. So I got my cream cheese mostly softened. Wow, that could have taken out my toe. That is why I wear my shoes in the house. All right, I got my cream cheese, my vanilla, powdered sugar. Oops, well, my goodness. Oh, Tara, we'll just add a little extra. Okay, because that's how Tara cooks. All right, and then 1.5 cups of peanut butter. We have tons of peanut butter from our peanut butter test. Well, how much is this? 16 ounces. So that's 3/4 of this. So I'm just going to put in 3/4 of this. It is 1.5 cups of peanut butter. Now they have Reese's peanut butter. I should have tried the Reese's peanut butter to see if it's anything particularly whippy. I don't know. Okay. There's about 3/4. Okay, so now I'm going to whip these up together. Do you know why I'm going so slowly?
Why?
I'm going so slowly so I don't poof powdered sugar all over.
I thought you were just trying to learn patience.
I learned that being married to you. Aw, you could say the same thing too, huh?
I was trying to think of an answer that would.
Let's make sure I get everything from the bottom up because it's kind of staying on the bottom. Now I gotta fold in the whipped topping. And you can't go wrong with that. Whipped cream, Reese's, peanut butter. Oh my. Okay, you're supposed to fold gently, but I'm getting tired of this, so I'm just going to get this stuff in here. All right. Now we take half Reese's, fold that in. This is a diabetic coma waiting to happen. Okay. Now I happened to find this nut pie crust, which was different. Hadn't seen that before. And we're going to put this in there. Holy macaroni, this makes a lot.
It's going to be a very tall cheesecake.
How big of a pan did she use? Oops, I used the wrong pan. It was supposed to be a springform pan. Okay, I used the wrong pan. So it should have been a springform pan.
You want to build a snowman?
Well,
Looks like a...
actually, it's not too bad.
You can keep it all in there?
I think so, why not?
Looks like a coconut cream pie.
Sure, why not? Then we'll just leave this extra here for Jack. Okay, this I should have made this in a springform pan. There you go. See, too many words. I don't read recipes. I look at pictures of recipes. Okay, now we're gonna put this in the refrigerator and let it set for a few hours, a couple of hours, and then we are going to, I mean, it says refrigerate 4 hours. So we'll probably do it overnight and just come back tomorrow. Wonder what it tastes like. Okay, let's just see. Oh, okay. That's really good. Okay, now I wish I ate dairy because it's like really good. Wow, that's good. All right, here is our Reese's cheesecake. Now I have some melted hot fudge that I'm going to drizzle over the top. Oh, ho, ho, doesn't that look yummy? Not to Mike, because he hates peanut butter.
Chocolate looks yummy.
Okay. Then we have our chopped up Reese's. I'm gonna pile a few in the center, and then we're gonna put a few all around. Oops, my pile kind of fell. That's okay. All right, here we go to cut it. Oh, that looks delicious. No Christmas is complete without Aunt Donnie's peanut butter balls. Now, you could make these into peanut butter cups if you want, but it's a little bit more work. I just do the peanut butter balls because it's easier. Now, my butter was frozen, so it didn't stay out long enough to get it defrosted. So what I'm going to do is throw this in the microwave and just give it a short burst to defrost it. Check that it's not totally... I check every 10 or 15 seconds just to make sure it's not totally just mush. You don't want it mush, but you do want it softened. It's okay if there's a little bit of it that is liquid, but you don't want it all liquid. Perfect. So I think my butter is softened. Let me check if it's softened in the center. Not really. Okay, so I'm going to put it in about 10 more seconds. Okay, I did 15 seconds, but I think that'll get it softened. Okay, got my butter, softened butter in here. So we're hauling out the big guns today. This thing I've had for 20 years. I love it. Yep, that's all softened. So now we need a cup of peanut butter. Now, recipe is linked in the description below. I get a lot of people who say, where's the recipe? You didn't give the ingredients. No, because I make you go to our website to get it so that you can just print it out all nice and neat there. So it is in the description below. Now, people ask, can you use expired food? Yes, you can. This is July 2024, and right now it's October 2024. And we are still using this peanut butter, and it is just fine. Peanut butter does go rancid in your pantry quicker than other foods, but you still have 6 months to a year after the expiration date. Okay, just a titch more. All right, there we go.
So with 6 months to a year, how can you tell if it's bad?
You'll taste it. You'll know. It will not taste like peanut butter. It'll have an off taste, but you'll recognize it. Okay, get this all in there. Now we need our powdered sugar. All right, for you guys wondering, this is where I keep my extra. Isn't that cute? My Pepsi crate that I got for free on the side of the road. That was a good deal. Then I have scissors. We want 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now I'm not going to dirty another measuring cup. Yes, I know this is liquid and not dry, but for this recipe it doesn't really matter. Okay, scrape all the rest out. Oh my goodness, this is so delicious. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, Volume 1, on page 336 if you want the peanut butter cups, or 337 if you want the peanut butter balls. This was my Aunt Donnie's recipe that was given to Grandma, that was given to Mom, that was given to me. Easy recipes that will help you save money on your grocery bill that your family will love. Get your copy in the description below today. Oh, and I forgot my vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla from Dining on a Dime Volume 1 also. This is a great Christmas present. I am almost out. Dear, it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. Well, Mike calls it a melon baller. I guess it is a melon baller, but I was going to say ice cream scoops, but yeah, it would be a melon baller for this size. I love these little scoops that have the little flippy thing on there because it just comes out really nice and neat. Then I just take and now I'm not doing these perfectly, and I'll show you why. Because what I do is after I put them on here, then I go in and I just roll them. This just gives it a measured amount so they're all the same size. Okay, now I'm going to go through and do all these, and then we're going to pop them in the freezer. Okay, now the never-ending question is, where do I put it in the freezer? Oh boy.
You can take off my ice pack and it'll fit right on those flat boxes.
Oh, there. Okay. Mike's knee ice pack, and it will fit right there. Thank you, dear. See, that's why I need you around. Okay, now we're gonna let these cool for, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour, and then we're gonna come back and dip them. Okay, there's the ice pack if you need it. Do you guys like my dresser that I put in my pantry? I got this for $25 at the thrift store, and I absolutely love it. Okay, now we got our melting wafers, which I paid $1 for these on clearance after Christmas. So check the clearance aisle after Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. You can get these 50 to 90% off. One year I got 90% off, so instead of $5, it was around, what would that be, 50 cents, I think? Is that right?
I didn't hear that.
They were really cheap. 90% off of $5 is 50 cents, I think.
Yeah.
So I got them for 50 cents. I think I paid $1 for these. So that's a great way to save money on your Christmas candy making. All right, I need to explain something about why the recipe is written differently than how I'm doing it. So you can see here, Grandma and Aunt Donnie and Mom all used 1 packet of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of paraffin wax. Why did they do that? Because dipping chocolates were not available when this recipe came down to my family. So you can get the dipping chocolates, or you can get a box of paraffin. I got this one at a yard sale. It's probably $3 or $4 now. And all you do is just take, well, maybe, I think those melted together, but it's fine. All you do is just take and scrape 2 tablespoons of your paraffin in your mixing bowl here, or I mean your measuring cup here, just like so. Now this will last forever. I mean, I'm not kidding. I had paraffin that I used for 20 years before I ran out of my Christmas baking, so it's fine. It's not gonna go bad. If you're worried about eating wax, guys, it's not a big deal. You'll just poop it out. You won't do anything. It'll just slide right on through, all nice and smooth. So just don't even worry about it. But that is probably getting close to maybe just a little bit more with my 2 tablespoons. And then I would just pour in my chocolate chips and just melt as normal, about 30 seconds, and stir every 15 to 30 seconds after that, and keep stirring so your chocolate doesn't burn. Now, since we're all, what century are we in, dear?
21st.
Since we're all 21st century and not the 1900s anymore, we're just gonna pour all of our melting wafers in here and get these melted and start dipping our peanut butter balls. So I know it's crazy because you're like, Tara, nothing has really melted. Why are you stirring it? To release some of the heat so that the inside down here doesn't burn. Oh, yum. Now don't go more than 30 seconds, guys, because you'll burn your chocolate. I know it's a slow process, but in real time it's only like 2 minutes. Make sure you get clear down to the bottom, because the bottom always seems to warm up faster than the top. I don't know why. I don't know my microwave physics. Okay, so that last time I just did 15 seconds because I don't want to burn it. Very good. Okay. Now, this is not as thin as I would like it. I want it actually a little bit thinner. Well, maybe I should warm it up a little bit more. Man, that's pretty hot. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, because it's not quite as thin as I want, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of coconut oil, you could use shortening instead if you want. Coconut oil, I just like it better because it gets hard, and so it makes a nice, more firm coating. But thin it down just a bit with either shortening or coconut oil. Yeah, there we go. That's more the consistency that I want. So if your chips aren't thinning down, just add your tablespoon of shortening or coconut oil. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, doesn't that look delicious? Okay. All right, it has been about an hour. Ooh. If you guys heard the saw, it was my son outside finishing his tiny house. He's making a bus into a tiny house. Okay, now let's think about this here. How am I gonna do this? Okay. All right, so I don't want to waste my parchment paper, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and move them all to this end. Okay, then we're gonna start dipping. Now, a viewer sent me these for dipping chocolates. Oh my goodness, they are so darn tootin' cool. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below for you if you wanna try them. But if you don't have this fancy schmancy thing that's so cool, you can use a toothpick and just dip and tap it. There you go. Set it on your baking sheet and then just take your toothpick and just fix the top there. I'll show you how we do it with this little jobber. Put it in there, stir it around. Now I do like this better because it comes off cleaner, but oops, there we go. Okay, now we're just gonna do all of these peanut butter balls. Now you might have to go halfway in between or even a third of the way and re-warm your chocolate because it does cool down. If you want to double dip, you can. I don't, but here are your peanut butter balls right here. And all right, I'm going to taste test because you don't like peanut butter, so this is mine. Okay, this is probably my favorite Christmas candy. 10 out of 10. Delicious. I'm making this 3-ingredient peanut butter candy, chocolate chips, white chocolate, and peanut butter. And what I'm going to do is I had this left over from dipping my peanut butter candies, my peanut butter cream cheese candies. Oh my goodness, guys, those are so delicious. Go check out the recipe. Go check out the video above. All right. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my peanut butter in here so I don't burn my chocolate, to kind of cool my peanut butter down, or cool my chocolate down. And then I'm gonna melt it all together. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
You are coating.
Okay, there's my chocolate chips and my almond bark. Ow! Man, that hurt. Okay. Now we're gonna go melt this all together. Okay. Okay, I have a really big mess, don't I? Oh my goodness. How many people are gonna spaz out about my mess? Do we want to take bets, guys, on how many? Okay, comment below. Let me know how many comments are gonna spaz out about my mess. Then I'll count them and let you know in another video. How's that, dear?
Mm-hmm.
ever feel your personal space is being invaded? My bowl is still hot. I'm just gonna let the residual heat finish melting it. This is the fun part. Oh! See what I did? Oops.
You only spilled a tiny little bit.
Test this just a second. You don't need to film this part. Yeah, see? I don't know what that is, but it picked up with my chocolate, picked it up. Isn't that weird?
Is it possibly soap from back when you were doing soaps?
There's no way it's still in there. Something
Can we
with the
soak it in
silicone.
something for a while?
But what's funny is, then if I went and put a gingerbread man in it now, I think it would be fine.
Because whatever that is picked up the stuff that was in there.
Mm-hmm. And then it's gone.
Well, can you fill it up with something and that you don't need, and then
Oh, so I
pop
was
it
trying
out?
to think of what. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little hole. Now, did it go through? Okay, now, there's just a piping bag. Oops, that's not enough. These are just silicone molds. Now this mold, oops, this mold is a little bit of a stiffer mold, so I don't know if this one's gonna do that well. So I'm gonna try, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna test that one and see. I'm not sure if that one's gonna do it. Now see, these are really flexible. See how flexible? And I just got these at thrift stores, but Walmart, Amazon has them. I'll link them in the description below. Ooh, and if you wanted to get really cute, you could put some sprinkles down in there, too. Okay, dear, I gotta get really cute here. Where's my sprinkles? Can you open those up, please?
Take the top
Thank
off
you.
like that.
Okay, so let's just see. Oops, that's too many. Oh, that's way too many.
So you make it look like decorations on the tree?
Yeah, wouldn't they look like decorations, do you think?
I'm thinking possibly.
That's what I'm thinking. We're on the same vibe, honey. You guys, you're watching it live happening. Tara testing a new recipe. Just comes up with in my head, and in my head just says, you gotta test this, Tara. And I'm like, but do I test this? And it's like, yes, you gotta test this, Tara. Okay, now you wanna shake it like that and get it all evened out.
You waffles?
No, it's little chocolate bars.
Oh.
See? Doesn't that look like a little chocolate bar?
Yeah. Looks like some kind of emoji as it's going in there.
It's peanut butter and chocolate, dear. Does it bring back our toilet paper test?
Ew.
When we tested the best toilet papers, the most cost-effective toilet papers.
Yep.
On my other channel, Living on a Dime to Grow Rich, we actually tested to see which toilet papers were the cheapest.
Oh,
All right, so I have some
fruity.
peanut butter with some hot chocolate mix because I couldn't find my cocoa. And I left in the mini marshmallows so it would simulate corn.
Ew.
And we're going to test on Michael's arm like we did last time.
What? I didn't sign up for this.
So here we go, a nice little healthy
Oh,
plop
gross.
there. I got it nice and worked in. The first one here is Costco. Okay, now I have 4 sheets. I'm gonna test 4 sheets to start with, okay?
Oh, get it off.
Costco.
Get it off.
Ooh, actually, no tearage is happening. No tearage.
Oh, that's
Okay.
disgusting looking. I'm sorry.
Then you go again,
I really did not.
and then one more time. I would say Costco did a pretty good job. There's a little bit of lint left. You can see the lint there. Little linty, but we got a very firm wipe with 4 sheets from Costco. Okay, where'd my trash can go? I lost
How
my
did
trash
I get
can.
to be the poop model? Come on.
Okay. My next mold, and I really like these sprinkles. Should I do these sprinkles or should I do something else? Let's see.
Oh my.
Which one should I do? I guess I'll just do these. And what I do is, oops, well I guess that's not gonna work. Wrong side. And here Dave just swept ever so kindly for us. Tapping this just a little bit to get all the air bubbles out. See the air bubbles popping out? And we're gonna, you can put this in on a cookie sheet and put it in the fridge if you want, or freezer, and it will harden up quicker. Okay, now we're gonna let those set up. Okay, my candies are all set up. Let's see, do you think the sprinkles worked, dear? What do you think? Do you think it worked? I don't know. I don't know if I've never done this before.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Aww.
Kind of sunk it in. This would be better with transparent colored candy then, right? Is there
My
transparent
disappointment is immeasurable. Okay, let's look at the trees. Did the trees work?
Oh, that was better. That was better. It worked. They're not very impressive. So this would be better to make the candy.
Okay, the little chocolate bars worked. And let's see if this, I don't know if this mold will unmold very well. Holy cow.
So this candy is
Okay.
at Tara Improv.
Yeah. Okay, well that mold didn't work.
You didn't put any candies in that one, you just put the rest of the chocolate in there, right?
No, this is the chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh.
Okay, so how can I fix this situation? Okay, I know how I can fix this situation.
Put a little frosting. Okay, you can dip them in melted chocolate, and then you can sprinkle the doodads on top of that.
You're getting it! How many of these videos have you watched?
Just been married to a candy maker for over 30 years.
Oh man, okay, so I'm reusing some of my parchment here. And I'm gonna set my cookie thing on here. And then I'm going to retry something.
Because the issue was that the sprinkles were just buried in the candy. So they'll be nice and crunchy.
Yeah, do you think they'll be too crunchy? All right, so my little chocolate bars, my mini chocolate peanut butter bars turned out really good. Now we have my almond bark, and I'm adding a tablespoon of shortening just to get it a little bit thinner.
You're making happy chocolates.
Okay, so that's the better way to do it. Well, now you know how to save them.
Yeah, no chocolate ever goes to waste.
No. And at the very worst, oh my goodness, you could just remelt it and use it for something else, or you could put it in hot cocoa and gonna have a lot of hot cocoa with candy mistakes, aren't we?
Yeah. That looks amazing.
Thank you. See, my motto in life is adapt and overcome. Right?
Yep. Technically, you don't have to do anything if you just want chocolate, right?
Yep. Okay. I saved them, dear. I saved them. Okay, so here's one that's messed up. Gonna give it a try. If you love chocolate and peanut butter, Mike doesn't. If you love chocolate and peanut butter, these are delicious. I'm so glad I saved them. Now see, a disaster can turn into one of the prettiest successes.
Yes. It is very lovely.
Everybody asks her, how do you do this? How do you do this? I just keep going until I get something that works.
I think that's what most successful people do.
Yep.